Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today we're doing a first impressions video for the First Descendant. At this point, I've been playing the First Descendant for about, 10 or so, 12 hours straight right now. I've been awake for 12 hours, so I've probably played a solid 10 hours. I've gotten my Descendant to a high level, enough to at least play the game, get through the first 3 areas, and I played the beta a lot, etc. and so forth. We are going to talk about this game. Do you like the game? Do you hate the game? Should you play the game? What exactly is the game? The First Descendant is honestly if Warframe and Destiny wanted to have a baby. The game looks and vibes more like Destiny, but the base skeleton of the game is Warframe. It takes essentially all of the systems from Warframe, and it takes the general ideas of Destiny and smashes them together. So you have the Descendants kits, which are essentially a Warframe kit, passive and 4 abilities. It works the same way as any Warframe would. So we're just going to be comparing this entire game to Warframe and Destiny and talk about it that way. You have your 3 abilities, and then you have your ultimate ability, you have your passive ability, etc. and so forth. There's, I think, like 19, possibly 20 Descendants on launch, and 5 Ultimate Descendants, or maybe like 19 Descendants and 5 Ultimate Descendants. A Descendant is essentially your character, right? It's who you're playing as. The Ultimate Descendant is essentially a cooler, better version of it that also has a couple mods that are unique, and they're upgraded so they're a little stronger, have a little bit better stats. The same as Warframe's base Warframe and then Prime Warframe. The thing about the First Descendant is you should be able to farm every general weapon and Descendant in the game. You're probably going to want to eventually buy Descendant slots and inventory slots so that you can keep more weapons, more catalysts, reactor, gear, and so you can hold more Descendants. So it's very much like that. Just running around the game, playing and shooting. You might even get like some, what was it? Anthem and Outriders vibes, which is a bad sign because it seems like the combat is a less fluid version of Destiny mixed with Warframe. It seems like Destiny if you were a Warframe, Like that's what the game seems like to me. I'm having fun and I'm gonna enjoy it and play it for tons of hours, but you might not. It 100% is, I plopped down Destiny and I threw a Warframe in it, and this is kind of what I had. That's the vibe and kind of idea I get from this game. They're like, what if we made the newest best looter shooter, we took all the systems from Warframe and chucked it onto Destiny. Like, they are well aware that Destiny Warframe is their main inspiration. They've talked about it. You'd have to be insane to say otherwise. The game has the same account leveling system as Warframe. Mastery rank. You level up Descendants, your characters, and you level up weapons proficiency. You gain mastery rank experience from that, which is account experience. So you gain mastery rank, you gain your account level. Leveling up your account, you get more capacity, you get more inventory slots, and the game, you mod your Descendants, and your weapons the exact same way you would in Warframe. You have a screen with mods, you put them on. If the mod matches the slot polarity or slot, symbol, it gets half price because the mods cost a certain amount, and you can only put in so many before you cap that out. You can add a Orkin Catalyst Reactor type item to your Descendants and weapons to increase the amount of mods, increase the capacity that you have for your Descendants and weapons. So if all of this sounds familiar, it's because it's literally Warframe. This game has Cupor, which is Endo, and Gold that you use to upgrade your mods. Upgrade your mods to gain things like defensive stats, health, shield, defense, gain special abilities, do more damage with weapons, do toxic, electric damage, fire rate, more crit, less crit, ability efficiency, so like they cost less mana, ability range, ability damage. You're getting the idea. That's how you mainly upgrade your Descendants and weapons. As you play through the game, killing a higher level enemies, you will get higher level weapons, as well as you will be leveling up your Descendant, and it'll get big boosts every level, like health, energy, mana, damage. You get boosts every level. So the main first progression in the game is leveling up your descendants and leveling up your weapons via fighting higher level enemies and playing through the story. From there, you'll eventually upgrade and max out your mods, as well as while you're playing, you'll get equipment like catalysts and reactors, I think is what the game calls them. Just general equipment to throw on, boost your damage, boost your health, boost your other stats, because you will have a ton of stats. There will be a lot of screens to look at. It also has some gotcha elements, less pay to win-ish, but it's still same business model pay to win as Warframe, where it's mainly pay to skip farming, pay to skip time. You can farm everything in game other than I think Descendant and inventory slots mainly, and skins and shit like that. But it could take you 10 hours to buy something, or 10 hours to farm something in theory. That could take you like $10. You could buy it 10 bucks, takes you 10 hours to farm or 5 hours to farm. So that's the general business model of the game. It's selling you skins, selling you boosts, selling you items, and selling you resources so that you will buy it instead of farming it. You know, the same business model as Warframe. Long grinds, it'll take a lot of time to upgrade and max things out and power level increase, but hey. The game has bosses, it has general, I think there's actually a good chunk of bosses. I'd say about 10 hard mode bosses and like 6 regular mode bosses, or maybe like 8 hard mode, 6 regular, 10 hard mode, 8 regular, something like that. So it does have a chunk of bosses. The gameplay cycle is you playing through, killing enemies, using your abilities, fighting higher level bosses, fighting higher level enemies, and just continually progressing. Once you get farther into the game, you'll unlock hard mode, and that'll just be harder. You'll continually upgrade and progress through that way. And then that's the game. You'll farm up your descendants, you'll farm up your weapons, you'll farm up better min-maxed gear, you'll upgrade your gear via mods, you'll upgrade your gear, thank you, via just leveling them up, and it'll take a lot of time, but that seems to be the progression route of the game. You'll go through the story, you'll go through the story hard mode. Once you're done the story, it's up to you to farm whatever you feel like. You can run your side quests, you can farm ultimate weapons, you can farm ultimate descendants, you can farm regular weapons, you can farm regular descendants, you can farm stats to upgrade your mods, you can farm stats to upgrade and increase your capacity of mods. So a lot of it's just gonna be farming stuff to farm it up and have it. You can mod and make different builds for your descendants and your weapons, some more meta, some less meta. You can try different things out, try less things out. You can farm up everything in game, you don't have to buy it, but farming up certain things will take a lot of time. Farming up the items that increases your descendant and your weapon mod capacity, that'll probably be more of an end game, very long time farm, where it'll take you tons of hours to get it, right? So that is how the game will operate. The monetization, I want to make a whole separate video going over it. It's essentially Warframe, but more expensive. I assume it's going to take you longer to farm items in general. It's going to take you longer to upgrade things, and it costs a lot of money if you want to buy it, right? You can buy an Ultimate Descendant pack for around the equivalent of 60 or 55 US dollars. You can buy the higher tier pack, which has all the slots, upgrades, skins for it, all of the extra items for about 90 US dollars, or you can farm up the Ultimate Descendant in game just by playing the game without getting any of the bonus skins, upgrades, and mod capacity increase right out the gate, right? So that's the general of how the game's gonna go. Eventually, the game should have systems such as clans. Eventually, it should have systems such as trading, as that is what the devs have said. It is just not in the game yet. So that's how the game is. I've probably missed a handful of things. Like there's a foundry where you build everything. It's time gated. You can use currency, money essentially, to speed up time. So again, most of the game's features is pay to skip time. It has a battle pass, which is relatively cheap at about $10 if you buy it each season, or like $8, so it's not bad. You buy it for 500 caliber. If you complete the battle pass, you get 300 back. So the battle pass only costs total 200 caliber. You get a ton of free loot in both the free side and the paid side. So it's overall actually not terrible IMO. probably the best value purchase in the game as of right now. So that's my early access review. The game is fun, it's decent, but it's definitely not as fleshed out and as done up as something like Destiny and Warframe. So think of it like if Destiny and Warframe had a baby, it has to, like, it'll still need more time to develop into a better game, but I think it's a pretty fun, chill game if you don't take it too seriously. As, like, it's not Warframe, but it's going to be very Warframe-like, and it's not Destiny, but it'll be very Destiny-like. So if you're looking for either two of those two games, probably play those. But if you're looking at a similar experience where you want to try it out, yeah, try it out, right? It's going to be different, but it's going to be the same. I'm having fun. Who knows how long I'll end up playing it, or maybe I'll get bored after a while, but I'm bored of Warframe right now, so it's a nice, solid Warframe-like break. Either way, I'm enjoying my time. I'll play it, but I'll probably take long breaks eventually too, same as I do in Warframe. Let me know what you think. If you want to support the channel, you can use my Nexon creator code. If you buy anything in the First Descendant, it's Pupsker, hashtag 8809, or you can use my Nexon creator code in the comments or description if I remember to put it there. So thank you all for watching, subbing, liking, and I will see you next time. Cheers.